Good day everyone. Today we'll be exploring leadership, a key factor in driving success and fostering strong teams. By the end of this presentation, you'll gain valuable insights into what makes an effective leader and how you can apply these principles in your own life. But first, what is leadership? Leadership is the ability to guide, inspire, and influence others towards achieving a common goal. It involves making decisions, setting a vision, and fostering a positive environment where individuals can thrive and contribute effectively. Theory of leadership. What are the outlines? Trait theory of leadership. The contingency theory of leadership. The behavioral theory of leadership. The full theory of leadership. Trait theory of leadership. According to the Management Study Guide, it is based on the characteristic of many leaders, both successful and unsuccessful, and used to predict leadership effectiveness. The resulting list of traits are then compared to those of potential leaders to assess their likelihood of success or failure. The statement highlights how leadership effectiveness is often predicted comparing the traits of potential leaders with those of non-successful and unsuccessful leaders. This approach is used to assess whether a potential leader is likely to succeed or fail based on these characteristics. Successful leaders have interests, abilities, and personality characteristics that are distinct from those ineffective leaders. The identified core traits of leaders are achievement drive, leadership motivation, honesty and integrity, self-confidence, cognitive ability, knowledge of business, emotional maturity, charisma, creativity, and flexibility. Achievement drive. High level of effort, commitment, desire, and initiative to reach the ambition or goals. Have high personal and professional standard. Leadership motivation. Has a desire to influence, lead, and help others to achieve their goal. Honesty and integrity. Being open, trustworthy, and reliable. It lives with a high values and stands for what is right. Self-confidence. Belief in oneself, ideas, skills, and abilities. Cognitive ability. It refers to a mental capability involving or exercising good judgment, reasoning, abstract thinking, analytical abilities, and conceptually skilled. Knowledge of business. Knowledge of industry, technical matters, and some of skills and experiences that are collectively created and rely on in the business. Emotional maturity. Can manage his or her emotion no matter their circumstances, and they know how to respond to tough situations. Charisma, creativity, and flexibility. Speak with charm and inspire devotion in others. Creativity is the power to use imagination in the production of artistic work. Flexibility is the ability to adapt, change, and find innovative ways. Trait theory of leadership focuses on identifying and comparing the personal characteristics of leaders to predict their effectiveness. So, what are the advantages and limitations of trait theory? First, let's discuss what is the strength or advantages of trait theory. It is naturally appealing theory. It is valid as the foundation and basis of the idea have been validated by a large body of research. It acts as a benchmark against which an individual leadership qualities can be measured. It provides a thorough understanding of the leader's role in the leadership process. While the limitation of the trait theory are, when it comes to judging who is considered a good or successful leader, there is likely to be some subjective judgment. The list of possible characteristics is usually quite large. There have been over 100 different qualities discovered in successful leaders in various leadership positions. These are only broad generalizations. There are also debate on which characteristics are more crucial for a successful leader. The approach tries to link physical characteristics like height and weight to leadership effectiveness. The majority of these factors have to do with circumstances. This theory is really complicated. Furthermore, let's talk about the contingency theory of leadership. According to the University of Villanova, the contingency theory of leadership puts forth the idea that the success of a leader hinges on the specific situation at hand. Certain factors come into play when determining if a specific leader or leadership style is appropriate for a given situation. These considerations include the work at hand, the leader's personality, and the makeup of the group to be led. Its primary premise is that the leadership, whether successful or unsuccessful, is situational. According to this theory, a leader should be able to assess each circumstances and determine whether or not your leadership style will be beneficial.
Contingency theory of the leadership in the workplace. In the workplace, there are factors that can affect a leader's effectiveness. These include the scope of a project, the size of the team, and the expected delivery date for a result. Contingency theorists believe that no matter how successful a leader is, there will always be a situation that will test them. Therefore, leaders must be willing to acknowledge that their success depends on their circumstance in addition to their personal skill. Contingency theory of leadership factors in the average workplace, maturity level of the employees, relationships between co-workers, work pace, management style, typical work schedule, goals and objectives, standards for behavior, company policies, employees' work style, employees' morale. So these are the different models for contingency leadership. Number 1, Fedler's contingency theory. This theory refers to a leader that has the ability to lead. This theory fits situation where groups are closely supervised and not team-based. It also uses a least preferred co-worker scale to help determine the type of worker the leader least like working with. Number 2, situational leadership. It is called Hersey and Blanchard's situational leadership theory. This theory puts forth the idea the leadership styles hinge on 4 behavior: telling, selling, participating, and delegating. Number 3, Pat-Go theory. It is a combination of 2 popular theories, goal setting and expectancy. According to this theory, effective leaders create clear paths for their subordinates to follow in order to help them achieve their goals, and they work to remove any obstacles that stand in their way. Number 4, decision-making theory. It is known as the Vroom-Yetton-Jagow leadership decision-making model. This model proposes that effective leaders assess situations, size them up, and then determine how much support the group will give to the effort, adjusting their preferred leadership style to fit. Behavioral theory of leadership. According to the Indeed editorial team, this theory is a management philosophy that evaluates leadership based on their actions in the workplace. This theory contends that a leader's success is determined by their behavior rather than their natural characteristics. Observing and evaluating a leader's actions and behaviors in response to a specific situation is central to behavioral leadership theory. These are the different types of behavioral leadership that shape effective leaders and inspire powerful change. Number 1, people-oriented leaders. It focuses on behaviors that enable them to meet the needs of the people with whom they interact, such as supervisors, employees, and clients. They are primarily motivated by interpersonal relationships and communication. People-oriented leaders cultivate relationships with their team members in order to motivate them to perform well, gain favor with regards to encouraging collaboration, rewarding success, observing their team's progress, mentoring team members. Number 2, task-oriented leaders. It focuses on setting goals, achieving objectives, thrive in a well-structured environment, and often show authoritative behavior. It focuses more on the team's final outputs rather than the day-to-day developmental process. Task-oriented common behavior include initiating projects, organizing process, clarifying instructions, gathering relevant data. Number 3, participative leaders. Participative leaders strive to involve their entire team in decision-making processes. They place a premium on active communication, collaboration, and feedback. Active leaders understand their team's strengths and weaknesses and assign tasks accordingly. This leadership styles allows each team member voice to be heard and taken into account. Active leaders are more likely to ask for constructive feedback, facilitate team meetings, take suggestions for improvement, delegate tasks to other team members. Number 4, status quo leaders. Leaders who maintain the status quo prioritize both productivity and employee satisfaction. They ensure that all tasks are completed on time while also supporting and encouraging their team members. Behaviors associated with status quo leaders include distributing tasks evenly, requiring regular progress reports, enforcing company policies fairly, responding to feedback naturally.
Indifferent leaders place little value on interaction or communication with their team. So, they typically monitor progress from afar and do not contribute to their team's daily efforts. They are primarily concerned with their own personal success and advancement. Behaviors typical for indifferent leaders include avoiding questions, procrastinating, self-preserving, assigning unwanted tasks to others. Dictatorial leaders. Dictatorial leaders frequently place a higher value on results than on people. They may put pressure on their team members to perform well even during stressful or difficult times. Behaviors associated with dictatorial leaders include setting inflexible deadlines, disregarding excuses, achieving short or term goals. County club leaders. County club leaders, the leader of country clubs, place a high value on team members' happiness and satisfaction. They believe that a comfortable and well-equipped team is more likely to succeed. When working with country club leaders, team members are more likely to demonstrate high level of trust and loyalty. Behaviors associated with country club leaders involves responding to team member feedback and focusing employees' well-being, then defending employees' interests and rights. supporting the team members and decisions. Sound leaders. It is regarded as the most effective type of behavioral leadership because it is prioritized both productively and team morally equally. So they value their team members, set realistic goals, and produce high quality results. So behaviors associated with sound leaders include encouraging open communication and allowing employees to work independently, listening to and implementing feedback, providing training and continuing education to team members. The next is opportunistic leaders. These kinds of leaders are goal-oriented and will use any means necessary to achieve their goals. So, behaviors associated with some opportunistic leaders include lack of consistency, pursuing results regardless of cost, and enforcing their own standards for success, caring for their team to improve performance. The next is the paternalistic leaders. This leadership style strives to be firm but fair, similar to that of a father with a child. So they frequently set lofty goals and rewards members of the team who achieve them. They value their team members' individual skills and provide opportunities for professional development. These behaviors associated with the paternalistic style include rewarding positive behaviors or success, discipline failure, disregarding feedback, offering leadership opportunities to promising employees. The full range theory of leadership. The full range leadership model, or FRLM, is a complete approach to leadership styles that covers low to high engagement, leading to different leaders' efficiency. So, FRLM was defined by Bass and Apollio and includes laissez-faire, transactional, and transformational leadership. So, transactional. In transactional leadership, leaders encourage followers' compliance by using both rewards and punishments. Those who use the transactional approach as opposed to transformational leaders do not seek to change the future. Rather, they seek to maintain the status quo. Transactional leaders scrutinize their followers' work to identify flaws and deviations. So, a transactional leader is concerned with the objective exchange of value between an employee performance and the manager's action to it. The manager communicates clear requirements and goals to the employee and recognizes and rewards accomplishment. Then, in transformational leaders and adheres to a different, more long-term oriented philosophy, egoistic goals are replaced by long-term, high-ranked value and ideas. This paradigm shift typically increase employee commitment, self-confidence, and satisfaction. Hodsakoff and Colleges distinguish 6 dimensions of transformational leadership. Number 1, role model. Next is future vision, individual support, promotion of group goals, intellectual stimulation, high performance expectation. Next is the laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is a French for let them do what they want. So this is the least active style of leadership. This leadership style is characterized by an avoidance of responsibility and can be seen as the absence of leadership. Employees make their own decisions and no rules are in place when measured by the impact of the leader's opinion on the team. Laissez-faire is the least effective leadership